awesome family? Trust we are good. Sure, we know what we do on this session, right? We talk art, we talk heart. So today I will be talking about form. That is the third element of art. Remember I talked about shape the last time, right? Yes. My name is Okwemi Richardson Owebo, and trust me, this world is so informative, educative, inspiring, interesting, and fun-filled. There's one content or the other for everybody, and it's a world full of fun. So if you're yet to subscribe to this world, please don't hesitate to do now. Please, the button is just right there. Please don't hesitate to just tap it. It's just a tap. Just tap it. Thank you so very much. I'm really grateful. All right, let's dive in. So like I said earlier, last time I talked about the second element of art, which is shape. So today I will be talking about the third element of art, and that is form. Shape and form is always confusing to a lot of people. They always seem the same, but you know what? They are actually different. The only thing is that shape is used to create form. Still confusing, right? Okay, let's dig in deeply. Look at this, everyone. What is this? It's a balloon, right? And the shape of the balloon is an oval shape and a rectangular shape, right? Put together, right? Awesome. So now, look at this. Yes, up there, right? Okay. Ta-da! That was a shape, and this is form. So we can say that form is simply an inflated shape. I had oval and rectangle, but now, do I still have the flat thing? No, I have a 3D object now. I have a 3D object now. Like I said earlier, form is an inflated shape. Is an inflated shape. So when a shape receives the third dimension, it becomes form. For example, a square becomes a cube, a rectangle becomes a cuboid, a triangle becomes a pyramid. See how interesting it is? So form is three-dimensional. So that is exactly what this means. It means that form are shapes in 3 dimensions. So shapes are 2 dimensions, flat surface, length and breadth. While form is shapes in 3 dimensions. That is length, width and height. So we explained that in-depthly now. 3-dimensional shapes are shapes with length, width, and height. Remember what I said earlier. So when you see a 3-dimensional object, it's an object you can see in the round. It's an object that is real. So even if it's on a flat surface, a creative uses the effect of light, which we are going to talk about when we get to one of the elements of art, which is value. So the creative uses the effect of light to create that real object on a flat surface. But there's still one thing that is constant, K, and that is the fact that 3-dimensional shapes are shapes with length, width, and height. Don't forget that, please. And that is why in fact, you hear some people say it has volume and mass. And definitely we know that anything that has volume and mass, it means that that thing, you can see it in the round. It means that that thing has a depth. Understood? Okay, so form can be referred to as the overall form a work takes. Like, for example, you see a creative and says, okay, so the form of this work is that. So what the artist is trying to say is that the overall idea, the overall look, the overall all the things that are put together to make this work. So form can be referred to as the overall form a work takes. Another thing is, it is also seen by artists as a structure of any idea. Remember what I just explained, overall form a work takes. So the artist also, the creative, also sees it as a structure of an idea. A sculptor is carving a work. So when he wants to explain to you, he's like, you know, the woodwork is taking the form of an old man, you know, an old man in this pose. So the artist, the creative, sees it as a structure of an idea. Now, just like lines and shapes, form is also very, very important. And one of the importance of form is that it helps a creative to create the effect, the illusion of 3D and depth on a two-dimensional surface. Remember what I explained earlier? A two-dimensional surface is the one with length and breadth. It means that it is flat. Now the 3D is the one with length, width, and height. So now, what form helps the creative to do? One of the importance is that it gives the creative the opportunity through the use of the effect of light on an object to be able to create the illusion of 3D and depth on a two-dimensional surface. So imagine you see a circle. It's flat, right? 2D. Now that same circle now becomes a sphere on that same flat surface. And then you wonder how possible. One is a shape and one is a form. So, but the form is possible through the use of light, through the use of the effect of light. So, and form is the one that allows this to happen. So the creative is able to turn that flat shape, that circle, to a sphere. Just like shapes, forms are also in two major classes. Remember, for shapes, I said geometric and biomorphic. Now, but for form, we have geometric forms and organic forms. Now, don't be confused. Irregular shapes, biomorphic shapes are also organic shapes. So it's also the same thing. So you can also refer to irregular shapes as organic shapes. You can also refer to as biomorphic shapes as organic shapes. So for form as well, we have two major classes, and they are geometric forms and organic forms. Now, for geometric forms, they have forms that are man-made. They are precise edged, and they have specific look. They have a constant look. So when you see it here, so for example, you see a pyramid here now. If you go to, okay, for example, you go to Egypt, you see a pyramid, right? And then you decided to go to another African country, probably like Kenya, and then you see another pyramid there. It definitely will not be different. Yes, the sizes might be different, but the form will be the same. Why? Because a pyramid is a pyramid. It has a rule. It has a rule of size. It has a constant look. The sizes might be different, but there's a constant look. But for organic forms, there is also length, height, width. But the difference is that they don't have a consistent size. They don't have a consistent look. They don't have a precise look. No precise edge, no basic look. They are not angular or rigid like geometric forms. Do you know why? Yes, because just like biomorphic shapes, they are from nature as well. Organic forms are from nature. They rely on the law of nature. And we know that nature, obviously, like I said, for shapes, you can never have a leaf, you can never have two leaves that are the same, like they are exactly the same. They might look alike, but they are not, they can never be. I don't think I've seen, I would say never, because never say never. I would say never, but I think it's rare for you to see two leaves that are exactly the same shape. So organic forms rely on the laws of nature. So they don't have the angular, that constant angular form. They are not rigid. They don't have basic look. So organic forms visually suggest nature. Like I said, they visually suggest nature. Like plants, seeds, animals, insects, and so on. Do you know that one of the aspects that really makes us understand form is sculpture? One of the aspects of art that really makes us understand form is sculpture. Remember, a sculptural piece, even when you have a relief sculpture on the wall, it is still protruding out. It still has a form of depth. It still has height. So sculpture is one aspect of art that makes us understand vividly what form is as an element of art. Another way we are able to understand this is when the creative applies the laws of light. That's the use of the effect of light on an object. We do understand that, right? Awesome. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Elements of art are so interesting. Is it lines we should talk about? Is it shapes or form that we're talking about today? You can see that, in fact, art is so broad. We have a lot of things to talk about, right? So what do you find interesting the most in form as an element of art? Is it the meaning? Is it the classes? Or its functions? Please don't forget to drop what you like the most, what you find interesting the most in the comment section. Please, let's talk about it. And if you know of any other functions of form that I didn't mention in my discussion, please don't hesitate to drop it there. I'm open to your opinions, your ideas, and your additions. I'm also open to your corrections, you know. Knowledge is forever. Thank you so much for always coming back to my channel. I really always and really do appreciate your presence. Thank you so very much, and please don't forget to give a thumbs up and don't forget to share if you find my content so interesting and educative. I look forward to seeing you again on this awesome channel, this beautiful world of art. Till then, bye!